Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about tenses. Yes, these tenses play a very important role not only in writing, even in our day-to-day communication, because it is these tenses which are going to give a proper picture about what we are telling to our listeners. Actually, whoever may be the listener, they can understand you in a better way when you speak using proper tenses. Okay, now when you are talking about the tenses, it is the verb that is going to play a very important role, and these tenses are going to tell us that when that action had taken place, it is regarding the time, whether it is present or it's already over, past, or it may happen in future. So that we are going to learn now. Now, if you want to know the aspect of these tenses, each one present, past, and future, you are going to have that in four types. That is present, it is simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous tense. In the same way, even for past also, simple past, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous tense. And future, future simple future, future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous tense. Don't worry, we are not going to deal everything in one day. There will be proper exercise. You can understand that in a better way. Don't get tense that there are 12 tenses are there. Yes, there are 12, but they are all interconnected and it's easy for you to remember and understand. Okay, let us move forward and know. Here is simple present tense. Yes, simple present tense. You know that very well. She eats an apple. He plays cricket. We write our notes. Yes, these are all simple. So when we are going to use the simple present tense, the form you know very well. Or in which way we are going to use that you know very well. But let us know the context when we are going to use, when we should use the simple. So we use the simple present tense to refer a universal truth like the moon moves round the sun, around the earth. Habitual action. He goes for a walk at 6 in the morning. And then a regular action. Birds migrate in winter. Characteristics. Owls sleep during the day. And also likes and dislikes, proverbs, and to describe professional activities, duties, all these things we are going to use in simple present tense. Next, present continuous, which is also called as present progressive tense. Now, this present continuous tense, which is also called as present progressive tense, and it refers to the action that is going on the time of speaking. That means when you are speaking, at that time, the action will be going on. Now I am teaching you the present continuous tense, which is also called as present progressive tense. Okay, that is happening at the time you are speaking. Example, Paul is reading a book. And then present continuous tense is used to refer to the action in progress at the time of speaking. That is what we have learned. Now you can see that the person is jogging when you are there in the garden, and the person is jogging when you are looking at him. You will say that he is jogging. To refer to a short-term temporary action that may be taking place at the time of speaking. Example, she is coming late to school nowadays. Okay, short-term temporary action which is regularly happening. Okay, and then to refer to a definite plan in future, like I am buying a bicycle. And then to make a prediction, this film is going to be a big hit. So now we have learned four things. One is when the action is happening when you are speaking. Second one, short-term temporary action that may be taking place at a time of speaking. So when you are speaking, that means when you are speaking that she is coming late at that time to school. So at that time happening, and that was happening for frequently for some days. And then a definite plan. I am buying a bicycle this week. I am buying a new novel today. So in that way, we are planned. And then the prediction. This film is going to be a big hit. Four things. Okay. Now, present perfect tense. This refers to action or an event that started at some time in the past was completed not much before the time of speaking, and the impact of which is retained at the time of speaking. So no doubt the action or that started some time back and that action is completed. Okay, when that the person is speaking, the action over started some time back and the action completed, and the effect of that is still there. Like for example, they have visited Singapore recently, so the effect of that is there. I have been to Kathmandu once. They have finished their preparations for the examinations. So these sentences indicate actions that started and also ended before the time of speaking. Okay. Now, present perfect tense, it is used here when we can use is given there. A completed action in the past that has some relevance to or connection with the present. That means I have known you since my childhood. So even now I know you and still I know you. From when I have known you from my childhood. So the action, they completed action in the past, that from childhood over, and the relevance of that is there even now also. Present connection is there. And then next one, an indefinite action in the past where the exact time and other details are not given. Have you been to this place before? So here no specific time in the past is mentioned, and the effect or the enthusiasm, nothing are mentioned there. Okay. Next one, an action that ended before the time of speaking, just before. So now before going to this present perfect tense, we were talking about present continuous tense or present progressive tense. So that happened just a few minutes back. So Prerna has just broken the buzz, which means just few minutes back she has broken that. So here we came across three things. Okay, a completed action in the past that has some relevance to or connection with the present, and then an indefinite action in the past where the exact time and other details are not mentioned, and then the action which has happened just a few seconds back when the speaker is speaking that. Okay. And present perfect continuous tense. This present perfect continuous tense refers to an action or event or condition that started in the past and is going on till the time of speaking. Sentences in the past perfect continuous usually carry an indication of the duration, such as for 20 minutes, for 2 hours, since last month, and so on. So the duration is mentioned there. Okay, now here are the examples. Amit has been studying since 5 a.m. Has been studying is present perfect continuous tense, and from when? Since 5 a.m. I have been waiting for you for the last 2 hours. This is have been waiting is present perfect continuous tense, and for the last 2 hours is a time, and they have been working for the company. That is have been working is a present perfect continuous tense, and since it was established is a time when it started. Okay, for is duration and since is the starting time of that. So all the sentences refer to actions that started in the past and are continuing without interruption till the present day. They are continuing even today also, and they also refer to specific duration or a starting point of the time. Duration for 2 hours. Okay, starting since 5, since it was established. So starting time or duration, for and since are used. So that is an indication for you when any sentence, if there is since or for, you can write that in present continuous, present perfect continuous tense. Okay. Now children, here I want you to take a pause, stop this, and I'm sending you one activity there, worksheet. Okay, complete that before you go for the next one. Okay. Yes. Now simple past. The past tense expresses an action or event that has already taken place or a state of being that existed before the time of speaking. So action is already done when the person is speaking. So example, we reached home pretty late last night. Last night we reached home very late. And the simple past tense is used to refer to a complete or different action or event or state of being in the past. So Kavya grew up in a village. So whatever action happened long back, which was already over. And to refer to habitual actions in the past or past thought. Past thought or habitual actions which you had in the past. Kavya's parents took her to her grandparents during vacations. That was what they used to do. That doesn't mean that they are not doing now. They are not doing, because that is past, over, habitual action in the past. And Kavya thought, it was not now. Long back she used to think like that. Kavya thought that elephants play with water in the sky when it rained. Okay, that is about simple past. Next, past continuous tenses. And these past continuous tenses refer to an action that was going on a period of time in the past, continued for some more time in the past. Sita was doing yoga. She is not doing now, she was doing. And I was eating dinner when you arrived, continued for some time. This past continuous tense is used to refer a continuous action during a particular period in the past, started long back and continued for some more time. Example, he was watching TV throughout the afternoon. An interruption in the continuity of the action in the past when used with a simple past tense. So you were doing that action was continuing, and something happened and the continuation of that action was interrupted. That means I was cooking, continuous, and when you arrived, okay, interruption was there. Okay, now two simultaneous actions, like she was humming a tune as she was cooking dinner. Two are continuous tenses, past continuous tenses, and that were happening together. Okay, two actions are going on simultaneously. At that time, we can use past continuous tense. Is that clear, children? Three things: continuous action during a particular period in the past, and interruption in the continuity of the action when and the other action used in simple past. Then two continuous simultaneous actions when they are going, you can use that in past continuous tense. Yes. Now past perfect tense. We use this past perfect tense to arrange past actions according to the sequence of occurrence or occurrence. With the help of the tense, we can distinguish between actions that have taken place in the past and the time before the past. So here you are going to deal with again two things there. Look at the example, you can understand that in a better way. Radha remembered that she had already deposited the money in the bank. Radha remembered and she had already deposited. So two actions are there. One is Radha remembered, the other is she had already deposited. In these two actions, which action had taken place first? She had already deposited, taken place first, and then she remembered that afterwards. Okay, so the action which happened first, that we are using past perfect tense. Again, look at the next example. I reached after the shop had closed for the day. So you reached the shop. I reached the shop is one first action, and the other action was shop had closed for a day. So two actions are taking place. In these two, which action had taken first? The shop had closed first. Afterwards, you entered there, you reached there. So for the first action, whatever happened, for that you are using past perfect tense. Now look at the third example. Rohit told me that he had received an award in 1986. So Rohit told me. Now this is children reported speech. So generally when Rohit was telling, what will he say? Rohit told, I received an award in 1986. I received in inverted commas, which is in past tense. Here you have to remember, when in inverted commas it is there, when you are converting that into past tense, you have to change that into past perfect tense. So Rohit told, now what action had taken place? He had received award. That was the action which took place first, then afterwards Rohit told. That was the second action. So I had thought of meeting him before he left for USA. So in these two things, he thought of meeting him. That was, he thought first. and by the time he left there. So these refer to the past action that was expected to happen but did not happen. Okay, this is the one where you have to write when two tenses are being given there. Now, past perfect continuous tense. This past perfect continuous tense is used to refer to a duration of a past action that went on till a particular time in the past, continued for some more time. It gives us information about the continuity of a longer action among two or more action or events in the past. So it happened for some more time, again like previously, and that action had completed in past perfect tense, but here it continued for some more time. Look at the examples here, you can understand that in a better way. Meena's brother had been preparing to go to bed when she reached home. So she reached home. By that time, for past some time, Meena's brother, he had been preparing to go to bed. Both actions were past, but this Meena's brother, he had been preparing, continued for some time. When Meena reached home, then we had been packing the furniture when the phone rang. Phone rang. By that time, started long back, but continued for some more time. We had been packing the furniture. Okay, at that time, both actions took place in the past. Now, I had been waiting for you in the lounge for 3 hours. I just came back. So I had been waiting for you in the lounge for 3 hours. So long back. He was waiting continuously. I had been waiting for you. Okay. And I just came back. Okay. He came back. She came back. Or she said that he had been looking for you for the last 1 hour. Please meet her at once. Here again, you can go back to the reported speech and you can understand that. She said, I was looking for you for the last 1 hour, inverted commas. I was looking for you. So when I was looking for you is past continuous tense, and when you are converting that into reported speech, you have to change that. She said, I had been looking for you. Past perfect continuous tense. Okay. Please meet her at once. Okay. So here, this is where you are going to use this past perfect continuous tense. Now, children, again take a pass and tenses second exercise is given there for you and complete that second exercise. Okay. Now, let us go to the future. After completing that, pause the video and see the next future. Future tense. Simple future refers to an action or state of being that has not taken place at the time of speaking. So action not yet started and is thought, predicted, expected to take place at certain time in future. So action did not take place, but you think, you predict, you expect that the action that you are going to take that action, do that action in future. Look at the example. I shall help you with your homework. Not helping now, in future. He is going to travel with you to the USA. He is going to travel. Will or shall is not used, but again he is going to is also telling something which will happen in future. So he will become an engineer soon. So he is still studying now. So in future he will become engineer. So when the be going to structure is used to express the future, the sentence usually refers to plan or intention of the speaker. He is going to travel. His plan, his intention is to travel with you to the USA. Now, examples, we are going to complete our work by this evening. That is just a plan. And I am going to sleep early today. Intention. And the sky is clear. The day is going to be sunny. A prediction. Okay. In all these three cases, you are going to use going to. Next, future tense, continued. Okay. And by using the simple present tense for programs and timetables. Example, the program started at 6 a.m. in the evening and the train arrives 10 minutes from now. Here we are using something which will happen in future, but we are using simple present tense form here for the programs and the timetable which will happen. And then the extent of certainty varies when the future is expressed through will or shall or be going to structures. So it is the certainty. How do you expect, see, whether that will happen or not? How do you, so when you are not sure what is that you are, in which form you are going to speak that. When you are more certain, and the certainty is little bit more, the degree is there. Here the example, we are going to organize a nice farewell party for you, are going to, less certain, okay, may happen, may not happen. And we shall organize a nice farewell party for you, more certain. And here we will organize. See children, for we and I, we must use, when we are talking in future tense, we will be using we shall. Okay, that means it's certain, more certain. But when you use that we will organize, definitely you are telling we will complete the work today only. All the three activities, whatever all the three exercises, whatever I'm going to give, we will complete it today only. That means you are telling greater certainty, yes, we are going to do that work. Whatever may happen, we are going to complete that work. The certainty, we are going to complete it. Less certain, may not do that. And we shall do the work. Yes, certain, but little bit. But we will do the work, madam. Then, but you are talking about greater certainty. So simple future is used to refer to general statements about future, action that is certain to happen, prediction, planned action, and expected action. Now let us go to future continuous tense. The future continuous tense refers to an action that is expected to continue for some time in future. Not yet started, but when you start, you will do that work for some time. Continue for some more time. Example, my sister will be studying from 7 to 9 in the evening. So time is not at 7 o'clock. So she is not studying now, but when she's from 7 to 9, she will be studying. My sister will be studying from 7 to 9 in the evening. Action takes place at a specific time in the future, and the action will continue for a definite time. Now, the future continuous tense is used, one, to denote a definite action in future. Suma will be joining her office tomorrow. So you are talking a definite action that will definitely take place. And pre-schedule future plan. They will be meeting in an hour's time. That is the future plan. And refer to a longer ongoing future action interrupted by another shorter future action. Seema will be sleeping when I reach home. She will be sleeping when I reach home, and then interrupted by another shorter future action. So when I reach home, she will be sleeping. That will be interrupted. Okay, children. So this is about future continuous tense. Now, next, future perfect tense. Future perfect tense refers to the completion of the action before another action in the future. Okay, by the end of the month, Ravi will have left for his hotel. Now here, two future actions are mentioned. First action is Ravi is scheduled leaving for the hotel at a particular time in future. Second action, the next month coming to an end. So, Ravi, by the end of next month, Ravi will have left for his hotel. So it is also highlights one future action before the others. Ravi leaving occurs before the month comes to an end. Okay. Now, the future perfect continuous tense refers to a longer action at a particular time in the future. It denotes an action that started before and will continue through a longer period of time in future. Longer action at a particular time in future. Okay, now Raju will have been working in our school for 20 years. Next Monday, Ravi will have been working in the school for next 20 years. Okay, by next Monday, he will be completing 20 years. Okay, some type mistake is there, excuse me. And you shall have you very exhausted on reaching New York, as you will have been traveling for nearly 21 hours. So you shall feel very exhausted on reaching New York. Why? Because you will have been traveling for nearly 21 hours. And Latika will have been watching the news by the time her husband arrived home. So two actions were there. In future, what will happen? They are talking about that. That's where you have to use future perfect continuous tense. Okay? Yes, children. Now, when after going back everything, now did you observe that these forms, uh, the forms of past tense, that means the work which has already been completed, you can use that in all these 6 tenses. Simple past, already over. I spoke to my brother yesterday. And past continuous tense, I was speaking to my brother yesterday, continuous tense. And past present perfect, here also, though there is present perfect, the action just completed. I have spoken to him twice before. Action were completed, and here we are using present perfect tense. And present perfect continuous tense, example, I have been speaking to my brother for the last 2 hours. Action completed. Even then we are continued for some more time in the past. But you are using present tense because that happened recently and the effect is there even now. Now past perfect tense, I had spoken to him for 3 hours yesterday, long back. Past perfect continuous tense, I have been speaking to him when you saw me. So all these 6 forms are used to tell the action which happened long back, completed, not long back, completed, maybe recently or maybe long back. Depending upon that, you have to choose the tenses there. But they all of past tense, the work which is completed. Okay, I think you have understood. Now I'm sending you from third exercise and complete even that also. Yes, children.